It is the Frank and Friends show. Hi there, I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
Happy April, Kathryn.
It's April. I can't believe it. This year is going by so fast.
I can't either because I didn't think you were going to be here in April. Like you were gone.
Very tricky.
Well,
we'll in two places at once, it turns out.
Well, because the show is pre-recorded. How do we do that? We'll get to that in a moment, but we do want to say thank you so much for especially subscribing to us on YouTube.
Liking, sharing, smashing that button.
For notifications. You also can hear us on all the various audio podcast apps if you'd like. If you're into just not seeing us, some people are really into not looking. Yeah,
not looking at us is probably wise. So those of you who choose to do that is a good idea.
Although my friend Bean, I sent you this, sent me an article. He reads about podcasts all the time. I mean, he works for a podcast radio station in the UK.
Right.
And he said that the trend in podcasts is to do video podcasts like we do.
Nice.
Because there's a whole generation who grew up watching things, and the people who were, celebrities have all gotten into podcasting.
Right.
You're used to watching Jason Bateman. Why would you just listen to him? And I think there is a video version of his podcast you can.
And are they all on YouTube, or are they going to start branching out with the podcast apps so that you can actually watch them?
Oh, the answer is branching out. I think.
That's awesome.
I think Anchor maybe lets you, or is it Anchor owns Spotify? So one of those lets you show your video only within that universe. So but you can't, in other words, to drive traffic to their own site.
Right, of course.
So there's going to be all sorts of things happening with video podcasts. I chose when we started this one to just put it on YouTube.
Right.
And then try to direct all the video traffic to the YouTube channel and get the subscribers up to 1,000 and go do Smoky Mountain travel vlogs and all the things that we do.
Right.
So that's what we're hoping for.
Great.
So
it's exciting. And if you want to follow us a little bit more, you can check out our website, frankandfriendshow.com. You can also find the merchandise at frankandfriendshow.com/store.
Lovely. Fantastic. So I mentioned that it's April, and there's a lot going on in April, not the least of which is you'll be performing at the Rossini Festival.
Festival.
Knoxville, Tennessee.
That's right.
Which is literally on the last day of April.
It is. And I'll be singing at 4 o'clock at the chamber stage.
Which means you have to get back in town by then.
I know. Yeah, so good luck to us all.
Do you have a backup plan?
There's some other people singing as well.
Can Brandon Gibson go sing if you're not going to make it?
Well, Caleb Beard is going to sing. Whitney and Ben are going to sing.
Oh, they're like the Disney couple.
They're so cute.
You've got to go see them.
Yes.
She looks like every Disney princess, depending on what color wig she's wearing.
That's right.
And she's very good friends with all of them.
All of them.
And Ben looks like all the various iterations of Prince Charming.
Prince Charming, yeah, they're so cute. So they're going to be performing, and also Blaine Ziegenfuss will be singing.
Oh, I know Blaine.
I split.
He did Winterreise.
That's right.
Sorry for your ears,
that was
everyone.
Terrifying. But they gave us a 45-minute slot, and I shared the wealth just in case I wouldn't be able to.
Good answer. Yeah. Well, part of what I'm alluding to, though, is that you're going to be racing to get back to town by April 30th, because now you've got to go do opera stuff, opera business.
Do Tosca at Gulfshore Opera.
And your role in this is?
Everything, apparently now. I was supposed to be co-directing and covering the role of Tosca, and now I'm basically directing the whole show, also production managing it, and covering Tosca.
Now, how far away is it? Because if you're going to sing Tosca, we should drive down there.
It's about 8-9 hours. Yeah.
Oh, all right, then forget it.
There are 3 performances. We'll see. I am singing it at some outreach events as well.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
Because that's I think that has, can we say that's your signature role? No, because you like Amelia
Lost, yeah. Violetta.
All right, so you've got a lot of signature roles.
But this one, yeah, Tosca.
So you're going to be down there in the Gulf Coast of Florida.
Yeah.
And what am I going to do?
You're going to just have to find somebody else to fill in for me.
Because you're going to be so busy, it's not like I can even Zoom you in.
I mean...
I guess I could go buy myself a meeting owl.
Yes! We need the meeting owl. It'd be fabulous.
The podcast buys a meeting owl. Wouldn't that be hilarious if I bought a meeting owl for the podcast, but I won't vote to approve it for the Marble City Opera Board?
I'll just take it with me to the meetings. Yeah,
we don't need a meeting owl. What I'm saying is that maybe at some point,
we can do a virtual.
If you're even able to get your head above water to communicate,
I'm sure.
I would love to check in with you at some point during April and make sure you're doing all right.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Otherwise, you know me, I'll just forget. And then you'll show up on May, whatever. I'll be like, oh, yes, Kathryn.
Oh, is it you? Are you here?
Are you the friend this month? Oh, yes.
I've already replaced you with other friends.
Well, I'm a little anxious about it. So I have been, I've chatted with a few folks. And like, for example, Becca James filled in for you once before.
Right.
When you were away for opera
The girl
business.
with two names. First names.
Yeah. So Becca said she would like to do one. I think I mentioned to you when, well, you came over and I interviewed you. One of the many, many times I interviewed you was at that other YouTube channel in Pigeon
Fun
Forge.
Life.
And I think you met my co-host over there, who was Kira. She's, young, and she actually decided she wanted to be a photographer, videographer. So she left the co-hosting realm, but said she'd be willing to come back and do a show to fill in
awesome.
for you. She's very lovely.
Yeah.
And then I also had talked to Jessica Brackeen from Einstein Simplified.
Nice.
She is interested in learning,
That's a good choice.
how it all works out. And then when we were at Living East Tennessee the other day, Tala Shatara says that she would like to fill in. Like, you have to, of all of the people.
She would be great.
She would be great, but she actually has to clear that with her employer.
Sure.
Because she can't just show up on somebody else's show. She's,
Sure.
But
But I mean, there is the connection there with Channel 6 and Seymour Smokies.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
It'll
I've known her since she was in high school or college, and because I know her parents.
It'd be great for the podcast if she'd come on and co-host.
Yes. All right. So we'll see if we can get all that worked out during the run of April episodes. So that's the plan.
4 potentials, and
maybe they're not all available, but we'll see if we can get 1 or 2, 3 of them in here, 4 of them.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah.
So meanwhile, the things when you get next you come to visit a month from now, things might look a little different because I've been out there doing the back-breaking labor of gardening, which I can't understand why I do it.
Because you want to have a nice garden.
I guess that's it.
I mean, what else would be the motivation? Because I don't do it.
I know. I mean, well, when I was your age, I certainly wouldn't. And that's what I'm saying. If I could tell me, past me, hey, guess what? At some point in your life, you're going to want to take a shovel and go out there, and you're going to want to dig up those kudzu vines and kudzu roots, which are virtually impossible to get out. But there's, I guess, if you try.
You would have done it when you were my age.
Well, I probably would have done better, but now I'm out there. It's like a gym workout because it's like you're trying to lift weights or pull the bar thing, because this vine, the root or whatever it is in the ground, and you're grabbing onto it, and
it wants to stay.
But it's satisfying, even when it snaps and breaks, and you have to try to keep yourself from falling down
over?
the hill. Yeah. But I was agile
Balance.
enough to do the da-da-da. And
That's good.
But I can't
You're
show
feeling
you.
it now.
I don't know. Don't look, but just imagine this muscle
Underneath, yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
So
the
it feels like
pain.
you've been doing squats.
Yeah,
You've
the
been doing
soreness.
CrossFit.
Right. The last time I felt this was when I had to join a gym to do the commercials for it.
Okay. They make you join when you do the commercials?
Yes, I thought it was a good deal.
Yeah.
The only time I've successfully worked out is when I was getting paid to do the commercials for a gym. The only time I've successfully lost weight is when I got paid to
lose weight.
do
That's
a
amazing.
diet commercials, and that is apparently my motivation.
Being paid.
Right.
Oh,
So.
I support that. So if anyone wants to pay us,
We'll do it.
we will do a commercial for you.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I mean, it's a great idea.
It is.
We'd show you the progress. All right, that'd be a new sponsor on the show.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, if you got one of those, there's that. I'm thinking of this.
What about your friend who was on the Living East Tennessee? That you met at like the, what was it, the real estate?
Oh, workout guy, Luke.
Yeah. Luke.
Oh, yeah, hey, Luke.
Yeah.
Oh, that's exercise. He's gonna make us work.
But if he pays us to make us work.
Oh, then hi, Luke.
Right, exactly. That sounds great.
So I'm out there doing this grunt work, doing this exercise. So what I've done is there was this one stubborn stump that was out there for a year and a half, and finally I got it.
Good.
Got it knocked down, got it out of there, and then that motivates me to go after the next root, the next thing, and the whole backyard is, you don't know, because you start pulling it and it just snakes up, and it's like, 20 feet. You have no idea how much
that's awful.
root is under there, under the grass. But I just start pulling it up. And then my plan is to turn all of that into some kind of fig forest.
Okay, that'd be fun.
So what I did, now I have to go back and do more officially, because I'm got some pig cuttings. I've got some fig cuttings. Pig cuttings are bacon.
Yeah.
Which is the opposite problem.
Delicious.
Yeah, that's what causes me not to lose weight.
Yeah. Is there now when you're telling me that you're pulling up all these roots and they're like 20 feet long around, I'm imagining that you have large holes in the ground.
Yeah, sure.
So for me, I probably would just create a moat.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, what I've been doing, actually, depending on where the holes are, I've been stamping them back shut.
Okay.
But I did go out and take a few new fig cuttings from one of the bushes.
Yeah.
And I just stuck them in holes.
Okay.
Randomly, like Easter eggs.
Just to see what happens. And hopefully they won't get mowed down.
I hope not. And most of them...
But if you don't know where they are, how...
I don't know. Okay. I mean, if I see one grow up, I'll put a stake next to it.
Okay.
But most of them are not in the lawn area. Most of them... This whole backyard, it's like a minefield. It was Steve and the Steve's Tree Service cleared it out. So it's still kind of a work in progress. There's really no grass growing there.
Okay.
So it's just got these vines and stumps and roots. As I've been evacuating those, I've been sticking a few little fig cuttings in holes, and just to see what happens. I've been surprised in the past. One day I was going along in the area between the pool and the fence, and I see some fig leaves, and I'm like, how could this be? And I dig it up, and I remember, I threw a fig cutting over here.
But then you dug it up, and so now it's not there anymore.
Transplanted it to fig row.
Okay.
You see, because my wife says she's worried about the whole place being overrun with fig plants.
I mean, there is a real fear there. That's not made up. She should fear it.
I had like 4 fig plants going in the front of the house. I had the big fig, and then these 3 lesser figs that were from cuttings. And my wife was like, there's too many fig plants. So I took one up and transplanted it. Only a few months later to put yet another fig out there. So there's still 4 out there.
It's going to be a fig forest.
Right. But she said this back part, which is, like I said, it's just a mess. It was all overgrown with weeds. Steve and the crew cleared it out. I can turn that into fig row. Okay. Or an orchard. I can put peach trees, apple trees, anything. She doesn't care.
She's giving you permission.
That whole area out the kitchen window.
You can have it. Okay.
I'm taking it.
That's good.
So it's going to be fig row. It's going to be fig forest. And she says, how are you going to harvest all of these? I'm like, I don't know yet.
Well, that's for the other business with the fig jam, and then so you'll be able to hire, interns to pick figs.
We'll need a fig picking party because it's hard work.
Yeah. That's good.
And at least once the weather warms up, maybe by the time you come back in May, it'll probably be warm enough to swim.
I hope so. I mean, it's been a cold March.
You've never gone in the pool, but not that you need to. But I mean, you.
I was here for a pool party.
Right, but you had no intention. The way you were dressed, you had no intention of going in the water.
I was wearing my bathing suit.
You were?
Yeah.
Oh.
I had just the wrap on.
All right. I guess it's just you're glamorous all the time and no one knew.
Being fancy.
Well, anyway, but part of the pool is a high maintenance thing, right?
Yeah.
In fact, I can hear the water running. I'm adding water to the pool again today.
Did you already take the cover off?
They came early.
Okay.
A week ago, they had to come, and we did it early this year because I had a pool crisis.
What was your pool crisis?
The pool crisis was that the water was leaking profusely out of the pool pump.
That is not good.
Yeah, so it's like leaking down the hill, and you're running the pool pump all winter so that it doesn't freeze and it stays clean. Because, I mean, that's the choice, is you can have dirty water and then pay exorbitantly to clean the water in the spring or drain it, as we had to do one year, refill it, or you run the pump, which is in the long run cheaper, keeps the water clean, and it's easier when you open it up. But I hear the water volume is just sinking, and I go and investigate, and the pump has a leak.
Oh,
It's
no.
going down the hill toward the neighbor who doesn't want anything near his fence. I'm like, oh no, oh no. So I called my guy and I had to get, I said, look, it's time. This equipment is 25 years old. It's outlived its life expectancy, the pump and the sand filter and all the things. So I said, and I talked to Jerry about it, and I said, it's another home improvement that we need doing, but we got the roof last year, and maybe it's time to get the pool filter redone. So she says, okay. So they said they would come, rather than wait until April, mid-April, they said they'd come at the end of March.
Okay.
So when they come, like March 20, your birthday, around about your birthday.
Oh, nice.
Last week. So they take the cover off. They fix everything. They give me a nice new shiny pump and everything. And I go over to check on him, and he's like, "Well, watch out." What do you mean? He says, "The old filter is full of ants."
No.
I'm like, what? What?
No.
I said, how could the old filter be full of ants? He's like, well, there's an ant farm in there, or an ant hill, a bunch of ants.
So it drained enough that there was it was dry for the ants to move in?
I don't know how they did it.
That's crazy.
Because it was wet. The water was going through it.
Right.
But they're in there and
Swimming around.
well, I guess that I don't know how, but the filter is full of sand.
That's dangerous. We have swimming ants now.
And somehow, but I looked at it and they were all walking around on what had
On the
been
top of it?
the inside of the cover, the lid, the top half of it.
They were staying warm,
I don't get it because I wouldn't see ants in the water.
Right.
It's that somehow they didn't get swished into the pool somehow.
Those are some smart ants. Yeah. It's a little terrifying.
Well, because the next step after the filter is the chlorinator, so they would have been
Right.
anyway. But
yeah,
so it was gross.
that is gross.
Yeah. So anyway, now I've got new sand and a new filter.
That's good.
The ants have been disinvited.
They were taken care of.
So, but you're still invited. So now, Kathryn, would you like to go for a swim?
No.
When you,
As long as I'm very far away from all of the ants.
they're not bees.
That's true. We bought some mosquito traps and what are they called? Those little yellow jackets. We bought some traps for them. Although one of the traps that we bought actually attracts the yellow jackets to it.
That's how traps work.
Okay, but I don't want them to be attracted to the house.
Well, you don't put it near you. You put it, over there. So they go.
I've decided we're not going to put them out until we see one, because I don't want to just bring them to the
Oh no,
house.
yeah. Well,
that sounds like a bad idea.
they'll probably show up while you're out of town because the weather will be warm enough for them to show
James
up
can just take care of it
in droves. Yeah.
while I'm not there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, good. I'm glad we figured that out.
Another thing that is going to happen while you're out of town is Steve's Tree Service is coming.
Great.
I have them coming here, I think, on or about April 20th, 20th or 21st, or both. I think actually it's a 2-day job. They're going to fix up some of the trees in front of the house. We've got a maple tree that's leaning, and we've got some red buds that look like they're, well, when tree people look at it, it's like, oh yeah, Renee comes up. Renee's like,
yeah, get rid
you
of
see
that.
this down here where the water's getting in between, but the tree goes like this, and that's going to be trouble. That's going to split eventually. And then and the broken, mainly there was a broken limb that was, I thought, hurting the dogwoods. So I said, I got to get that removed.
Right.
So that whole tree may end up going.
The whole tree? I know that's what Jerry wants, right?
She wants them all gone, except for the dogwoods. But the compromise, I think, is going to be one will be gone, and the other is going to be trimmed back to a manageable. Anyway, that's what they do. That's the point of calling Steve's Tree Service, because I don't have to worry about it.
Right.
Renee came over. She gave me the estimate. She said they're super busy with lots of calls, lots of referrals. So thank you for calling Steve and Renee to get them to do the work for you at 865-257-6214. They're going to have the tree climbers up there.
Nice.
And they're going to lop these.
Lumberjacks.
Yeah, because these trees they're a hot mess. They got to come down in pieces and chunks for safety.
Right.
Because there's electrical wires they can't touch. There's theoretically, water. I don't think the water lines or the gas lines are going to affect them. It's not going to fall that way. But there's things that have to be. That's what it was. She was talking about the stump grinders. She wanted to know where the water and gas was for when they grind the stump.
Right. Yeah, that's great.
They're thinking of everything.
They think of everything, so you should call them.
Yeah,
Steve's
licensed
Tree Service.
and insured. They've got great ratings on all of the online places, Yelp, Facebook, Google, etc., and a crew that'll really do a good cleanup job also. In fact, she was asking me if I wanted to keep some of the firewood, or And I think she's, because some of it's good wood. She said,
Sure.
If I made a deal with her, I said, you can take that and sell it. So I got a few dollars.
Nice. That's good. Keep a cookie, though. You know.
Oh, if you would like a cookie, I'll get you a cookie.
You know, because, do we need to give the phone number again? Or website?
Sure. One more time. 865-257-6214.
Because I actually get sad when I come back to a house and it no longer has trees. My parents did this to me during COVID. They had 2 huge trees in front of their home.
Yeah.
Gone.
Well, the thing about trees is that when they get to be that big, all you can think about, especially when, is what if it falls on the house?
Sure.
Or in the case of that maple tree, the way it's leaning, what if it falls, crushes the 3 dogwoods, and knocks into the other maple tree, and then all of a sudden you've got this domino effect, and poor Nancy has got, can't get out of her driveway.
That's true, too.
So my thought was, if we remove trees, we can start again. At some point, somebody planted those trees.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Somebody knew them when they were baby trees.
I guess so.
And the dogwoods are stunted. Their growth is stunted because they get too much shade from these maples. So part of the reason to prune back the maples, or maybe remove the one that's leaning,
right,
is to make the dogwoods healthier.
That's a good idea.
So I'm pro-tree.
Okay. As long as you're pro-tree, I'll come and I'll be sad because all the trees will be gone.
Maybe I could plant more fig trees.
Yeah, I just won't look. I'll just blindfold myself as I come in.
I woke up this morning imagining myself pruning the fig tree to make it easier for you to park.
That's so nice.
I was thinking about which parts have to come down so that you can park more easily. Because it's grown into your parking area.
Yeah, it is taking over.
And it's time to cut that back.
Yeah.
So that's something you should notice when you come back.
Okay, well that's good. I approve of that.
You're so picky.
Yes, I'm a soprano.
Well, what else do you want to tell us before you leave town for a bit?
Well, I have to say that I'm getting used to not wearing a mask out in public.
Yeah.
Which is a lot of fun.
Do you have to, you're going to Florida. Never mind.
I know. Yeah. I don't even know what the rules are anymore, to be honest, which is terrible, but I'll have to look that up. But I have noticed when I go into the grocery store and whoever is checking out and,
the employees mostly have to still wear masks.
Well, some of the places they're wearing them,
you're right.
Some of them they're not. It kind of depends. But
Depends.
they tell me their life story. Like, I don't know if this happens to you, but wherever I go, people tend to tell me everything that's going on in their lives. And when I had the mask on, I could, I didn't have to like emote as much.
Yeah.
Or if I was emoting, they didn't know.
So behind the mask, so let's say I'm telling you, oh yeah, I see you're buying egg whites. I had an uncle one time who only could eat egg whites because he thought the yolks were just too slimy. He had yolkophobia, but it was okay. We buried him in an eggshell-colored coffin, so he would get over it.
Yeah. I don't care. But now I realize people can see my face again, and I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to, start using the muscles again and be like, oh yeah, that's great, instead of like, I don't care. Yeah.
I've heard of people who, I thought it was a joke, but someone shared some articles on Facebook from somebody who wrote an article for a magazine, which I assume when you want to get published in a magazine, you just take a little bit of an idea and you blow it out of proportion, as if you're doing a comedy routine. But maybe they were legit. Maybe they were saying that they are more comfortable wearing the mask, hiding behind it. They feel, but that's weird though, because if you think about it, just a few years ago, it would have been illegal to
wear a mask?
Certainly in a bank.
True.
You remember there were signs on the door of the bank saying, take off your mask.
That's pretty funny.
Not even your mask.
Yeah.
Saying, take off your sunglasses, take off your hat.
Right.
And it said no face covering, sunglasses, or hats.
Now you can walk in with a hat, sunglasses, and a mask.
Right, and rob a bank. So, and that's because that's the thing. You want to make sure that the security camera gets a look of your face.
Right.
And I mean, there's so many security cameras that I'm sure have the facial recognition software that Google Photos and Facebook have. I mean, if they have it,
right?
If they can pick you out of a lineup or out of a crowd, then certainly so could the police, FBI, whomever.
Absolutely. So it's a good idea to like go dark on social media if you're planning on robbing a bank. Get rid of all of that, face recognition. I'm learning a lot today.
Well, I mean, let's suppose they've got your mugshot on file,
Sure.
That's I think who they're looking for is the repeat offenders, probably.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess they could totally do that. They would look for your social media profiles and figure out. I think some criminals have been caught because their social media gave them away. It put them in a certain location at a certain time.
Yeah.
They made some post or something.
Right. Yeah, without thinking.
They had already faked their death and then did a picture of themselves in the Caribbean or something.
Right, yeah. Don't fake your death and then take pictures for social media. Also, not going to work well.
I don't know the details of the story, but there is some case where they tracked down some criminal in the Caribbean or Central America based on his Instagram posts.
That's hilarious. Think it through. Oh my goodness.
Think it through.
Think it through.
All right, how are we doing on time? Because, I just turned off the thing.
I don't know. We have a couple of minutes. I know you have to run off to an event.
I have a Dr. Bass event, so I got to go do that.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So I'll tell you about going out to eat real quick. We went to brunch the other day, and I don't like it when the restaurant is needy on the texts. They want your phone number and they want your email address. They want all these things in trade-off for being able to use the app and reserve a table in advance. So we're coming out of church. You go on the app, you put in your name, and they want. I don't normally do it. Normally Jerry does it, but I've got her phone. She's driving, and I'm like, they want your email address.
I know where you're going.
They want your phone number.
All this information.
They want all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to opt out of the the mailing list and all the things. So we get there and we get a text immediately. All right, received your reservation. You're on the list. It's going to be 45 minutes to an hour. So we apparently walked 1,000 steps around the parking lot, just getting a little exercise, trying to stay warm. It was a chillier day. And then they text you that the
table is ready.
Work your way to the front.
Yeah.
And then when we're done, they texted us again to ask how the meal was.
Did you leave a review?
No.
You're like, it was great, except for the fact that you kept talking to me through text messages.
Why don't you ghost us? I've been ghosted by so many people so many times.
Yeah. Why are you trying to be friends? I'm so confused.
Restaurant
What's going on?
bot? I don't want to.
Normally, people are trying to get away from me.
Yeah. leave us alone. I mean, you should know, based on that it was an hour wait, that we're not probably in the great, we're starving.
Right.
And we could have gone anywhere else, but we chose to go there.
Was the service good at least? Did you get your food quickly?
The service was good.
Good.
And I noticed that it was, sometimes you go in there, places are desperately understaffed, and they have a lot of people working in this joint.
That's good.
So it must be a good place to work. They must have good management.
Good.
And it's a lot of people that we recognized because they've worked there for years. Mm-hmm. So that's a good sign, right? But it was so busy that it took us a long time to get our food, to the point where my wife and I are having a conversation about, I was trying to talk about whatever HOSA is. I don't know what HOSA is. It's something about something group that Dr. Bass spoke to.
Okay.
And it's like future medical, people who are going to be in the medical profession in the future, but I don't remember what it stood for. And then I hear the people at the next table are starting to talk about HOSA. Jerry's like,
so you're like picking up conversations from other people, and
well,
they're piggybacking on your.
They obviously heard me talking about HOSA, and they started their conversation.
Right.
So clearly they can hear me, and I can hear them. I'm like, okay, well, I'll keep that in mind. And Jerry and I just start going on, and then I can't help but notice the lady complains that she's been given toast. It's a brunch restaurant, and she's complaining that she's received toast. I'm gluten-free. I didn't know there would be toast involved.
Yeah, how dare you?
Everyone in the restaurant has toast. Everyone gets toast.
It's going to be near you regardless.
If they don't
whether
get
or not
toast,
you have it on your plate.
Yeah,
or
if they
not.
don't, you know why? If they don't have toast, it's because they have pancakes or waffles
Right.
or some other thing.
And also, I mean,
Yeah.
it's going to be close by. If you're close enough to hear each other's conversation,
Right.
you're close enough to like, you know.
And then she's got a, so I look, and she's complaining, she gives the toast away, and now she's got a small plate of just scrambled eggs, and they're just sitting there. And the other guy she's with is offering to spoon the greens off of his, he got a salad apparently with his breakfast, which he didn't want, so he's trying to spoon her the greens. Well, then her omelet shows up. And
She got an omelet and scrambled eggs?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Okay.
She's got a plate of scrambled, she doesn't want toast. She's got a plate of scrambled eggs, and then
Okay.
she gets an omelet.
Okay.
And she's like, I can't eat this. It has cheddar cheese in it.
Well, you ordered an omelet.
Right, but I ordered, keep going. Right, but I ordered a goat cheese omelet, and I could eat goat cheese, but I'm lactose and I can't eat, I'm allergic to non-goat cheese.
That's the weirdest thing I've ever
And
heard.
I'm thinking, and then, so the waitress starts apologizing. Oh, I'm so sorry, we don't mean to try to kill you. Oh, we'll go make you a new omelet without
the cheese.
With just goat cheese and no toast and no gluten and no
Right.
cow milk
Right.
and blah, 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 blah. And it happens at restaurants.
Sure.
Right? But I swear, I'm trying not to listen. I'm trying not to pay attention. I swear I heard the lady say to her friend, I guess I should have told her. Like, yes,
Wow.
told her.
Wow. Wow. The poor waitress is like running around.
Taking all the blame. For bringing
And then she says,
wheat and milk.
I guess I should have told her. Wow. You owe that waitress an apology. I do not approve this message. I mean, that's not cool.
So then, as we get up to go, then I get a text from the restaurant. How was your meal? I'm like, I can't really tell you. I'm staying out of this.
Yeah, I'm out. Yeah, I got nothing to say.
You put us next to a lady.
Yeah. Although I think in the future, when any of us, when we are at restaurants, that they seat us that close to other tables where they can hear our conversation, we should really talk about the Frank and Friends show.
That's our new marketing ploy.
Yeah, we'll just go sit closely to other tables.
That's
have
it.
Have you watched the Frank and Friends show on YouTube?
What a show.
YouTube.com/Frank and Friends show.
That could be our marketing campaign. It could be Frank and Friends, Uncomfortably Close.
Yes, I like it.
You'll be the lady.
I do approve this.
You'll be the lady at the next table, and I'll be like, oh, hello.
Have you heard of the Frank and Friends show? It's on YouTube. I think you can also find it on their website, frankandfriendshow.com.
Who is this lady? What is she doing? Awesome. All right. Well, thanks a lot, Frady. I appreciate you. Have a safe trip
Thank you.
to Florida.
Have a safe time getting all your trees knocked down.
Yeah, and all the things that we're getting done.
Yeah.
If you like this audio program and you would like more of it and more things like it, including thousands and thousands of audiobooks, custom audio entertainment, check out audibletrial.com/FrankandFriendsShow for a free trial for 30 days.
And then you can download whatever you want to listen to and keep it forever. They have podcasts and content that is specifically designed for Audible.
I've told you before,
Books.
find the longest book you can get with one credit. There are some things that are so big that you have to save up credits for them on Audible, but during that free trial month, you get one credit. So find the biggest thing you can get for a single credit, download it and keep it forever. And then start accruing credits as you become a paying member of Audible, and then all of a sudden the whole wide world of audio entertainment is open to you. It syncs across your devices, so whether you're listening in the car, the bedroom, the house, it's like a bookmark, always remembers where you are in the story.
Yeah.
So
great.
Excellent stuff. So I appreciate that. Also, we appreciate you checking out our merchandise online.
frankandfriendshow.com/store. Get all of those great mugs, cell phone cases, pint glasses, t-shirts, sweatshirts, you name it, you can have it.
Yeah. And maybe some new things coming along to the merch store before too long. I filled out an application for a thing. I can't tell you
exciting.
yet, but we'll see what happens.
Oh.
Might be good.
Yeah, stay tuned.
We'll
Find out what that is.
And of course, mainly subscribe. That doesn't cost you a thing. You just got to log into YouTube. So when you see the link on Facebook and you just click watch, you're not logged into YouTube.
Right, you have to log in and press subscribe.
Right. You have to exit. View an app, open app, go to the YouTube app, and
It'll actually tell you when you open it up in Facebook, and you're watching it, you can press the subscribe button there, and it'll
doesn't do
tell
anything.
you.
Yeah.
It'll tell you you're not logged in, and it'll give you an option to log in.
Do that.
So,
Thank
and then
you.
you can smash that button, get those notifications.
We appreciate it because that is what that really. It's to people like us, that's money. When you see the number of subscribers go up, 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 that's value, and would help us out. So that's an easy, cheesy way to help support the show. Bon voyage, toi toi toi, all the things. We'll be rooting for you.
Thanks.
We'll check in with you via Zoom or some other thing at some point. And you want to check in on me to make sure the other co-hosts are good, but not as good.
They will be what they will be. And I will be here when I return.
All right. So we'll see you in May. I'm going to miss you.
I'll miss you too.
All right. This is the Frank and Friends Show. I'm Frank Murphy.
I'm Kathryn Frady.
And we'll talk to you next time.